Heart&Slash is bootin'.
What is Heart&Slash anyway?
It was kickstarted a while back. It's a hack and slash roguelike. It's been compared to being like Devil May Cry as a roguelike game with robots, and it's pretty sweet. Like it started out a little bit clunky, but it's gotten like much improved over time. And the last few times I played it, I had a lot of fun. So yeah, we're just gonna.
Mighty number 5.6.
It is a much better robot fighting robots game than that robot game.
So this is Mighty Number 18. This is the double refined version.
Yeah. Well, it's like Mighty Number 90. It's like 10 times better.
Mighty Number 90. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good.
And it's impressive. This game was actually, let me see while we're starting things up here. Heart&Slash. What was its Kickstarter goal? Sorry, the game's paused for a moment, guys. But I'm actually curious. Because I actually backed this when it was being developed.
I
well.
did too.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Let's see, campaign. And we'll get into gameplay in like a minute here, so you can actually see what it's like. But it was looking for a $20,000 goal. And which one did I do? I don't remember which one I did. I think I did like $25. Yeah, that was for 2 copies of the game. So, 2 copies of the game and the soundtrack. And the soundtrack is pretty sweet. There's some good ones on there. But yeah.
Solid.
So it starts
That's
very quickly. It doesn't really waste your time with anything.
I feel the thing with roguelikes is you need. Oh, are you doing YouTube streaming?
Yeah.
Because I just went to Twitch and I'm like, wait a minute now.
Yeah, I haven't been using Twitch. I don't know why. It's easier to go on YouTube for me, I guess, and then I can just put highlights straight from there. I was having trouble with highlights on Twitch. I think that was why. And streaming in general, it wasn't going, but I might move back. I might not. I don't know. And I'm not too concerned either way, because it all ends up on YouTube anyways.
Hey, Chainsaw Dentist, how are you?
Yo. Oh, that might be from last stream actually, because the YouTube chat likes to show the previous streams thingamajig. Oh, so I have just fucking Thor's hammer. I can just call down lightning whenever I want. It's pretty good. Or I think it's a certain combo thing. There you go. Yep. It's both buttons at once, that's what it is.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
Oh
jeez.
Jesus.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I'm
this
a little bit too Mad Max.
this starting weapon for me is a little crazy. The hammer is kind of wrecking things. It's a little slow and low range, but that doesn't even matter.
I'm the angriest Max.
I
am upset Maximilian.
Depending on how busy my 4th of July weekend is on Saturday, which I assume it is going to be very, very busy.
Yeah.
I might do what I like to call Sergeant Linkle's Lonely Bastard stream.
Oh man.
It's where people with nothing better to do show up.
Sounds like a time.
Oh, it is.
Everyone's required to bring one instrument. And, be in a movie starring the Bee Gees.
I'm
No.
ready.
No.
I'm so ready. My whole
Actually,
life.
I really like. This is very like a rare opinion, but I really like the Yellow Submarine movie.
Oh, that's a rare opinion?
Yeah,
I
I've
saw that
never
when I
really
was a
met
kid. It
many-
was weird as shit, but it was kind of enjoyable just for the interesting animation style.
Yeah, no, I've never really met very many people who would say they enjoyed it without them saying, "Yeah, unless I was watching on acid."
Bastards. It has like a character that's just a creepy hand with a face on it, I think.
What do I look like? I was some sort of filthy hippie doing drugs. Yeah, you do. A long-haired fuck.
Your
See,
pizza
that's the
shut.
thing. I pretend I'm on acid, therefore I am.
Therefore. Ergo.
This
Yeah,
is a
well,
game.
You know, I have
Nonetheless, this is a game.
yeah, nonetheless, this is a game. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I've smoked pot and
Pot a lot.
I did one line of the cocaines when I was
Of the crocaine.
one time, and that was all the drugs I've done in my life. I did it. I felt like I could run a fucking marathon and fight Godzilla himself.
Yes.
But then came down and like was never wanted to do it again because I was like, what the fuck did the past 3 hours even go?
This game's getting some weird audio bugs with like, I don't know, the camera gets further away from you and suddenly the music is very muted.
Is it a tracking audio thing or is it a?
I don't think so, because it doesn't have that kind of effect to it. Actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because that 35mm game I uploaded the video of, that actually had a moment where you can play notes on a piano and it starts playing a little ditty. But if you walk away from the piano while you're playing it, it starts distorting and like warping the audio really badly.
You
But
mean like that game where the Russian has the AK-47 and the
yeah,
shits and he's killing
and all the
girls?
crazy brass statues. And that
Yeah.
game was made in Unity, and I know how that happens. Like the default Unity, like localized sound thing will distort sounds if you don't like fiddle with it, or I don't even know. You might have to like implement your own things with it, but it's just it was funny to see that because that's something recognizable to working with the Unity engine for game dev. Not that I ever did that to any great degree, but I at least got far enough to know about that. But in the case of this game, this is also made in Unity. But I think
Well,
it just does some.
Unity is an interesting beast. There has been a lot of shit made in Unity, like very low quality. But then you get every now and again you get a Hand of Fate or something like this, where it's actually seems like there's some love
It's
into
the
it.
same with Game Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the Forest was made in Unity, which I find kind of incredible. Like.
Yeah. Really, that was made in Unity? Holy shit.
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
Yeah, like RPG Maker, like any open source thing I find, you know, it's gonna obviously produce its shit, but then it's also gonna produce its good things every now and again.
Yeah.
Like Lisa, that was an RPG, like the legitimate.
I think they ported it afterwards, but it started totally in RPG Maker. Or I think it might have gone to Game Maker for like the actual. The first one was RPG Maker, and then I know that for a fact. But
Which I'm not sure if that came out before or after Yumi Nikki, but either way, one of them copied the other.
yeah.
Kind of. But not saying it's a bad thing because I really liked both. It was not a cash-in, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is the weirdest thing. The music, the battle music is so like toned out. It's almost you almost can't hear it. But then the normal running around music is very audible. That is yeah. It is still in early access right now.
Yeah,
I mean
they're probably gonna fix that.
yeah, they released on consoles, so like it's out there. And gameplay wise, it feels very solid. The speed and the flow and everything feels pretty good. But
even though it's already like released, they could easily just because consoles have updates now. It's not like how it was
patch it.
10 years ago.
I think it's still harder on consoles though, because every time you do like a patch, you kind of have to schedule it, which I think is why there's less patching for games compared to on console compared to on PC.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you know what's my all-time favorite combat OST from any game?
What?
Wind Waker. It's got such solid battle music.
The amazing thing with Wind Waker is like it is very much ingrained in the actual combat, which I always really loved. Even especially like the Phantom Ganon fight was all about that. Like everything you did when you hit, it made a noise. When you got hit by the electrical bolt, it had like a finish.
I still think
the song.
Even though it's got its downsides, I still think Wind Waker is probably the most solid 3D Zelda.
Yeah.
Like not Twilight Princess. Majora's Mask will always be my favorite as far as story goes, but as far as like gameplay and just overall enjoyment, Wind Waker's got that all.
For like just a pure kind of gameplay perspective, I think Wind Waker probably has the most refinement for me. Like it looks, and graphically, I think it looks the most stylish, and it works out the best in terms of the visuals.
The best in the entire fucking series.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the parry system, which was amazing. Because
I don't know whether it's just being the first one that I played, but Ocarina of Time I still feel is the most fun just to play through on an average playthrough. There are no real moments where I feel like it gets tedious. Wind Waker has those moments and all that, but
I mean, it's been fixed by the 3D port on the 3DS, but the fucking water temple having to pause every 20 seconds.
yeah, I'll give you that, but it's still there's not nearly as much downtime or time spent traveling from spot to spot.
Or collecting all those fucking rupees for goddamn Tingle.
Yeah, that too.
I remember when I was watching you and Kyle's LP of that, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they're either going to cut this out or they have like some sort of expedited way to do this. I'm like, because that's not going to be fun.
I'm really wondering, like, I can't access the options menu right now, but I'm wondering, like, if there's some kind of combat music setting versus normal music setting, because everything, even the sound effects and everything, is just so toned down right now.
It could just be audio issues. Actually, does this game have a forum?
I think it might. Probably does, but I wouldn't know for sure. I haven't checked on it, or I haven't done anything on one if there is one.
They do have the. I'll check out Steam communities, see anything that's going on.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That actually is a real problem that I can't access the pause menu on here because you upgrade things to there. So, control options.
I guess they can't play the game on Ubuntu 16.04. Well,
damn it!
That's why you get Kubuntu, get it on 17.1, and then have a jolly good day.
Oh, good.
Fucking Ubuntu users.
Ubuntu.
Not even on my virtual drive for Linux do I use Ubuntu. It's always Kubuntu. It's takes less resources to run.
Could this be it? I mean, the thing is, the running around audio gets horribly loud. Yeah, now it's gonna be like blasting us away. Oh, that is really loud.
I don't see any audio bugs.
Now my audio mixer, or my volume mixer won't open. Oh, here it goes. Oh my god. I just really want to be able to hear the combat music.
I'm gonna shoot you a link to the bug report if you want to send anything that way.
Alright. I might later. Right now it doesn't matter too much, but...
Yeah, no.
So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna put it down to like 10 volume, 15 volume. Should be enough.
So, how are you, One-Arm?
Good. I've just been thinking for like 10 minutes with you guys ramble away.
Oh shit, hi
I
One-Arm.
know you've been here.
I just came in. Well, not like this one, but like I sat and just wrote in monologue of Zelda.
Yeah.
So One-Arm, how are you enjoying your gift?
I'm enjoying what?
Your gift?
Oh, haven't played it.
Okay.
What did you send him?
Well, I look forward to the live stream.
No.
What did you send him? What did he send you?
So One-Arm sent me like months and months ago. He sent me Honey Pop as a joke gift, and
he sent you Honeycam Studios.
so I sent him Honeycam Studio as a revenge gift, and then he sent me Tales of Symphonia.
Yep.
And I took
Actually, I just sent a YouTuber who I've been talking with a copy of that because he's been wanting to Let's Play that, but he's been having trouble recording on GameCube. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick you up a copy of the PC port.
Yeah, I played that game years and years ago. Oh no, I froze.
It's a good game.
Okay,
It is.
okay.
It's, I enjoyed it back when I played it.
Like I beat it, so it certainly did something right to make me enjoy it enough when I was younger to play all the way through a friggin' JRPG, because I'm not an RPG kind of guy. But at the same time, I feel like playing it now, I am not going to be able to deal with the dialogue, because I remember it even back then being cringy as hell.
Yeah, the dialogue.
Dusty played Tales of Zelia when I was back at the college, and one of the characters has like a really heavy lisp for like no reason.
Yeah.
So we called it Tales of Celia. We always pointed out the lisp. It's fucking hilarious.
What the hell? I'm having some real controller issues. Also, One-Arm, you're really hard to hear.
Okay, I'll explain the story to him. Picture, if you will, the microphone jack on in front of my computer dying, okay?
Okay.
So, I tried plugging it into my back jack. That didn't work. So, I have my Razer, my Razer keyboard plugged into that so I can plug my headset into my Razer computer. It doesn't pick up my headset because it's one of the ones that has the two different port things.
Right.
So I plugged my old Turtle Beach headset in. It does not pick up through my mic. My speakers are acting as my microphone.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my speakers right now are my microphone.
Wow.
What?
So I'm gonna be buying a Razer Siren within the next couple weeks.
Well, it shows, because I heard about half of that.
But my
Poor soul.
you know,
Is that better?
and I'm not going on an Ego Raptor style rant about Ocarina of Time. I just genuinely feel that that's not as enjoyable overall as Majora's Mask, or the fact that Majora's Mask had a whole nother game to refine everything that Ocarina of Time did.
It's definitely more refined, but I feel like there's more in-between stuff. But the thing is, that's what Majora's Mask is about, is the in-between stuff. It's like, that's what makes the game have the personality that it does, is all the side quests and all that. It wouldn't be Majora's Mask without that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I feel like Ocarina of Time has the advantage of it's kind of a quintessential action-adventure game. You kind of go... It starts pretty quickly, like compared to the other Zelda games, it probably has one of the faster starts. And once you get out there, you're just out there. And I feel like the game guides you from point to point pretty reasonably quick. Maybe Hyrule Castle, like getting to the second dungeon is a little slow, but past that, it kind of just lets you go free and do what you want to do, which I appreciate.
Not meaning to go on like the Ego Raptor style rant here, but I feel like, and actually, if anything, I'm more gonna go against his argument and say, trying to compare the Ocarina of Time with the A Link to the Past is... A Link to the Past is, as far as I'm concerned, perfection in a 2D action-adventure game. And trying to compare any game to that in a 3D space is going to be literally impossible. But also, the fact of the matter being that, I don't know. To me, it was Ocarina of Time never really struck a chord with me as much as other games in the series. But I do enjoy it. But one other quick thing, and this is not to bash you or anything, but I do feel like doing a 3-heart run in Majora's Mask kind of does the game a little bit of a misservice.
How do you feel that?
Because 90% of the heart pieces are got through side questing, and you miss a lot of cool things by doing a 3-heart run.
Yeah.
If you don't want the heart pieces.
Yeah, in some way, that's true. I guess it was more just a matter of tradition of doing the 3-heart runs that I played it that way. I did a full heart run before that point, and like, you do get a lot more out of the game. I feel like we did everything we could have done as far as getting masks and everything, and
I did appreciate you guys doing the whole entire Cafe Andrew side quests.
We did that. We had episodes where we would get a heart piece just to show off a quest, and then, you know, go back and reload the save. It's like we tried to show off what we could within a 3-heart run without getting an additional heart container, but we tried to show off the real important ones anyways. Or like little things that don't necessarily, you know, give you those. There's still some really cool story moments, like on the final night the guy who runs the dojo is like hiding. When he leaves a sign out saying he was gonna go cut the moon in half, like, there's cool...
No, he just says that to you. He doesn't, he like says that to you after you do the, expert training for the heart piece. He's just like, oh, a lot of people are afraid of the moon, but I'm going to be on top of the tower, and I'm going to jump and slice the moon in half with my blade.
But then the last couple hours, there's a sign left out, and it says something like, you know, he's not in right now, or whatever, and then you go to the back room. Yeah, gonna go fight BRB, killing the moon, and then he's hiding in the back.
Which is one of the most saddest moments in video games. I don't know. It's just so real.
It's the fact that it's such...
list about it.
Yeah, it's the thing that it's a subtle character who doesn't really matter for much, but shows like a shocking amount of personality for how little he has to do with anything else. That's the thing, is that Majora's Mask was all about kind of making the world feel like it was alive. It did a hell of a lot more than, say, Oblivion, with like, oh look, they live and breathe and they go about their daily duties. Like, Majora's Mask did this a lot better than Oblivion, like,
9 years ago.
Yeah.
9 years prior.
So I think Majora's Mask still has like some of the best, you know, bragging, like some of the biggest bragging rights in terms of actually having a fully like integrated active world where like people are doing things are always happening.
Even if you just hang around the hotel for the entire day, just watch Anju and like all the stuff she does.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, it's insane.
So I don't know. I really like. I think the N64 Zeldas will always be kind of the most approachable ones for me. I still love Link to the Past. I've played it a lot, and
yeah.
You know, as a whole.
Tried to do a 3-heart run of that game, but again, it doesn't let you do a 3-heart run. So.
No, yeah, it doesn't. You have to pick them up before you leave.
Yep. I was a little bit upset when I saw that, and I saw your first video. I was like, oh boy, 3-heart run of this game? Oh my god, that's gonna be.
Oh, never mind. That's not possible.
That like you weren't able. But I
think we lost you for a sec. Or maybe I died for a sec. Am I still alive? Am I still playing video games on YouTube? Hold on, let me check this.
Yeah, but
okay, I'm still good.
Like what's one more? Granted, though, Majora's Mask has one of the most annoying bar pieces in Zelda history.
Is one of the most annoying what's?
Bar pieces in Zelda history.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Which one?
The lottery one.
Which one is that?
The one where you have to like buy the lottery tickets.
I don't remember.
And it's literally just on a fluke you get that heart piece.
Oh.
Or the dog race one's a little annoying unless you get the Mask of Truth on.
Mhm.
And never like bet on blue, because one time me and my friends sat there and we cycled the days 19 times to see if blue would ever win.
Oh shit.
He never won once. I think he maybe got our money back.
You're a loser, Blue.
Yeah.
You'll never
So
be anything.
The joke was go blue or go home. It's like, go blue! We had Giles theme playing and everything. Because the first time we found him, the reason why we started rooting for him is because he said he was there racing for his wife and children.
Yeah.
So we're like, there's no way he can lose. So after he lost the first time, after he says, I'm running for my wife and child, we were like, well, looks like your wife and child are going hungry tonight.
Oh shit. Alright, we're on the first boss now.
His wife and child left him after like the 4th loss.
Oh my god.
Pretty savage.
Ripperoni.
And then we thought, we're like, wait a minute, he's like borderline black. We need to get like that blackness out of him. Fresh Prince. Let's go.
Just slap him with a friggin' whip. That was terrible. I apologize.
I was making a Fresh Prince joke. I was like, we were getting that, and this is a story all about that.
Oh no.
And he just like, oh yeah, by the way, you should whip that guy. Listen, I was making enough Ike Turner jokes before.
Hmm?
I was making enough Ike Turner jokes when I was streaming, alright?
Okay. Didn't make enough, Chris. Okay. I don't know.
I also made a Hitler joke.
Yeah, he made a hit.
Oh shit, you're streaming. I apologize, buddy.
Yeah, Cloud
Yeah.
was streaming. I was streaming before. I was doing Hugo Daishi.
Yeah,
By the
this
way, thanks
menu
for-
is like messed up right now. It-
There
There we go.
Because we generally had a good time streaming Higurashi.
Yeah.
You got food already?
No, we got
I made a
through the
Hitler
first
joke or
chapter.
two.
Hey, Link, by the way, I'm
Just the essentials.
running over stuff in my head. Monk
Huh?
Fighter would be stupid because you could just attack 8 times in one turn.
Yeah.
It sounds absurd.
Mad
Yeah,
Max
got it.
drive by, and I'm gonna pull off the tire from your car so you can't chase me.
Playing Mad Max.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh. He looked at me. He turned his head in my general direction. Oh.
My heart has been broken. That was pretty
Oh,
bad.
no.
Yeah, so the menu
just noticed-
screen is like...
It uses the same heart as Undertale did. I just noticed this.
You mean a pixel heart? I mean, there's only so many ways.
Better.
Undertale did it first.
Undertale's the superior
Even though
game
technically it
because
didn't.
Clearly.
It's clearly the superior game because you see that game lets you do a pacifist run, and my SJW side loves pacifism.
Well,
It has the most titties in it, so I can draw porn of it.
did you know that if you flip the Undertale heart upside down, it's a butt?
It's
Which is
upside
the
down.
true meaning of Undertale.
Like,
It's under, beneath, your butt.
under the tail.
Which is
Under
blowing your
Underoos.
mind right now.
It's a game about Underoos.
Under
Hey,
Undertale.
Spider-Man out of this.
Game. Why? It's just randomly deciding I cannot press the button. It's very strange. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, is it disconnecting? Oh.
I love Chum Bucket. He's
So, by the
my
way,
favorite Mad Max.
By the way, Claudia, I bought the Stick of Truth recently,
Yeah.
and there's a scene in there that made me think of Undertale. Long story short, there's a small kid building a snowman, and you can punch him in the back of the head, make him fall into the snowman, destroying it, and then he starts crying.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Stick of
Undertale
Truth.
did it first.
Stick of Truth did Undertale
Stick of Truth
first.
came out 4 years ago.
Yeah, me, Quaddy, and Sai made the most hated Undertale video on YouTube.
People were very. It was a very polarizing video.
It was beautiful. People got so butthurt and upset that you ate the virtual snowman. Like, please stop.
They're very mad at me.
Oh,
me, Sai, and Quaddy's evil laughter was the thing that tipped the scale for some people.
I think it was Psy. Everybody was like, "What? What even is that laugh?" It was just Psy and ecstasy. It was beautiful.
that was Psy's like full-on ecstasy. I can't even anymore laugh.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of that whole playthrough.
Yeah, no, that was my favorite part of both playthroughs. What are you? Well, maybe when you did the pacifist run when you first went to go fight Asgard and played Snake Eater.
Mm-hmm.
My
That
favorite
part was
fight
good.
was when you fought Flowey, and you just hear legit fear in your voice. This is not okay.
It was very, you know, I was very distraught.
My all-time favorite
I wasn't
shooter
ready for
moment
that.
was just the Garfield cart.
I was very upset at Garfield that night.
There was one part in there where I swear to God, I think we legit told John Arbuckle, I hope he goes to hell.
I think you actually said you hope he dies or something like that.
It was crazy.
We were shitting
that's
on
how I
John
knew-
Arbuckle like the whole time.
And I think we even put the AMV in the Steam chat, the one where he's dancing to "You're Gonna Go Far" by The Offspring. Where he's just like, he's doing the John Arbuckle dance, and he's like, show me how to lie, you're getting better up time.
This rocket hammer is sweet as hell.
Well, it's the hammer of the rocket on it. How more metal can you get?
I don't. It's just
It's metal as fuck, dude.
this. I feel like I'm playing Reinhardt all over again.
Fuck, man.
Oh god. Now see, now he has to have a dash attack and then he has to be able to dance plus.
Well, he has a dash attack. If you hit both buttons at once, he just uses the rocket and flies forward. This thing's just fucking crazy.
This game looks very fun.
It's really good. It's a little rough around the edges still, I'd say, which being
but
close
it's still
to
early access.
yeah, it's close to being out of it. They're just fixing a couple bugs, but overall, like if they fix the sound issue and all that, actually this playthrough the sound is back. The music is actually
Yeah.
playing properly, so I'm
Well,
pretty
yeah,
happy about
it's-
that.
And plus, you got the PC version, so if anything else needs to be fixed, you can always get it patched.
Yeah.
Hey, question for you, buddy. Do you play Overwatch on console or PC?
PC.
Oh, okay.
With a trackpad.
Which is beautiful enough as it is. I might be getting it at some point here.
Yeah.
I'm the only kid with it on console.
I'm sorry, Chris.
I might be
Blame
getting
Blizzard
the
for being cheap fucks and not making a goddamn cross-platform version or network thing.
I'm probably gonna end up buying it on PC.
Because, see, then I can just be Winston and jump all over the place.
Is there like a $20 version of that game where it's like?
There's a $40 version where you don't have to pay for the stupid Blizzard exclusive
But make
things
sure
by
you
accident.
look for
That
the
is useless $60 version.
I'm still upset about that.
available for consoles.
Oh yeah, you can literally only. So what do you get with the Origins Edition on consoles? Since you can't even
The same shit.
really.
Yeah.
What does that do for you owning a console? Like, here, if you ever want to
Like-
play these games on PC or...
It's like, okay, I just wanted fucking Overwatch and I didn't need fucking...
See, what they should allow you to do is say if you link your Battle.net account to your PlayStation Network account, you should get bonus that are only available on the console.
But if they're gonna do that, why not go all the way and make it cross-platform
And
as
then
well?
it's like, hey, you want this dude?
But no, controllers will have too much of a
Hey, you want
disadvantage.
this Diablo 3 thing? It's like, yeah, if you buy it on console, it's only the console version.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Oh, great. I'm not gonna buy Diablo 3 for the
Diablo 4
PS4.
is really good on consoles, but
Oh, fuck that.
I like it. It's a decent port. Would have been better if Activision hadn't gotten their dick all over it.
I heard that Diablo 3 got better once they released Reaper of Souls, but I was so done with the game way before that point.
Oh, it got better. It's playable now.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy.
Okay.
It's again my.
I just remember zombie bears as Witch Doctor, and those were my best times with that game, with zombie ass bears.
We still never finished our playthrough of Diablo 2.
We didn't, yeah.
The current really disgusting thing to do with the Witch Doctor is you use Haunt, and basically there's a legendary set you can get that makes your Haunt damage do its damage instantly, so you can crit for like 1 to 2 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That sounds a little excessive.
And in usual fashion, Slow Beef is here to watch. Same with all the rest of Grants and Prey, because Tahir in chat owns this stream.
Yeah, Witch Doctors are still
I'm building a quadcopter right now, actually.
Yeah.
I have transmogrified my body into a quadcopter. I'm streaming this from a quadcopter.
Right now, I'm designing.
Transport soldiers off the battlefield, but you have to crawl into it. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm designing the.
I'm a goddamn hellbed. Do you expect me to accommodate for you?
I'm designing the new store that you can get to through a hellbed.
Oh,
and
will
it's
it
even
be in this new
quadcopter accessible.
turnkey city?
Yes, it will be in the new turnkey city. The new design that we're not only sending to Putin, but we're also sending to Putin's wife.
Hey Putin, buy this shit.
Check us out, Putin. You pleb.
Discount just by talking about your hate for John Arbuckle.
Show me how to lie.
It's me, John Arbuckle. I'm a sad, pathetic piece of man.
Popping the gap.
Garfield.
always-
Sans Garfield.
I could. I always kind of wanted to do a let's play of DKC racing. I mean DK.
Diddy
racing.
Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing is beautiful, but fuck that Triceratops.
Yeah, man. Dude, I always play as Bumba. I'm Bumba.
Bubba. Bubba and hubby.
I play as Bumper and I play as Conquer, actually. I love Conquer.
I thought Conquer was in that game.
Yep, Conquer and Banjo, both.
Yep.
Also, by the way, I hate Conquer's Bad Fur Day. I hate that game.
Why do you hate that game?
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Big
There's
mighty
so
pros.
many- There are so many parts of that game that just make me so angry.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some parts of it that are a little like, oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this. There are some bits that even though they aren't like particularly well designed, I really like the zombie chapter, because it's such a weird like change up in gameplay, like suddenly you're in a third person shooter. Like Conquer did some very interesting things for being a fucking platformer collect-a-thon.
Yeah.
What? I hate the swimming section in that game. Oh my god, I hate it. Oh god, I hate it.
Yeah, swimming sections can be pretty bad.
It seems that swimming sections in every way, shape, and form on the N64 were there. Water temple,
yeah,
water temple, water temple.
No, Great Bay Temple's worse than the Water Temple.
Wait, what temple?
Great Bay Temple from Majora's Mask, worse than Water Temple. Water Temple's tedious, sure. Great Bay Temple, it's confusing and tedious.
Well, the problem with both of them is that it's so easy to lock yourself off from the progression line that you have to do everything in the dungeon over again, which means you're making no progress but going through all the rooms you already went through. I think that's the main problem with them, and the fact that certain points where you have to solve puzzles are very easy to miss and only happen during cutscenes. Like, I know exactly where I always trip up in the Water Temple, so it's not a problem for me anymore as much. But I can still see why people hate it, because it's like one of those things that's so easy to miss unless you have it burned into your brain like I have.
Me, I'm so traumatized by the Great Bay Temple, I will not... Actually, really, honestly, I think the worst temple in Zelda history is, to this day, Stone Tower Temple.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate it. Not only just because of the statues, which are creepy. I hate them all. But Oh my god, flipping the dungeon upside down, especially if you miss one stray fairy.
Oh, the stray fairies were annoying, yeah.
Like, I like a lot about Majora's Mask, as stated before, but it probably had the weakest dungeon design in the entire series.
Yeah. A lot felt kind of rushed about the dungeons themselves. Like, even the bosses, like, were pretty fun for the most part, but there were only like 4 major ones until the final boss, and about like, I don't know, maybe half of them felt really engaging.
Is more is an overall better fight than the Ganon fight in
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
It's that whole last section of Majora's Mask is just a trip. Like, the game goes like full friggin' David Lynch Zelda.
Oh yeah, it does.
That's what I'd call Majora's Mask. It's the David Lynch Zelda.
Zelda, yeah.
It's a Eraserhead Zelda.
Majora's Mask was a challenge for Miyamoto to the lead designer of the Zelda series at that point. Because he was like, hey, I want to make... No, actually it was co-designer of the Zelda series at that point. Where he was like, I wasn't too happy. I feel like we could do better than what we did. Like, I feel like I can elaborate on Ocarina of Time and make a better game. And Miyamoto was like, alright, I'm going to give you a solid year to do it, and it's going to go on the disk drive.
Which never happened.
The disk drive failed. The disk drive failed, but we still got it, because it was originally just called Zelda Gaiden.
Zelda Gaiden.
But we got Majora's Mask, and that was a year worth of development. That's all that game took, was a year.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy impressive.
Yeah.
Because in 10 years, like we said, like, I cannot list a game that has a better kind of time-sensitive system to it. Or, I mean, I won't go that far. I mean, like, we have had time-sensitive games like Dead Rising, that sort of thing, that do it pretty well. But I feel like Zelda is probably, like, one of the most masterful executions of that aspirational of kind of a mechanic.
Like, even, yeah, again, going back to, like, Oblivion, yeah, sure, it's living and breathing, like, people walk the street at certain hours of the day. But if I walk into their house, odds are they're sleeping or they're sitting.
And even if you talk to them while they're, like, in their own home, they don't have any new dialogue. They're like, so what are the latest rumors? Not like, fucking, why are you in my house? Why are you naked? Why have you killed my wife? Okay, maybe why have you killed my wife, but that's what it takes, is killing their wife to realize, oh my god, there's an intruder in my home, and they're naked, and like, brandishing a sword.
In Zelda, like, there's even the whole entire thing of you can't get in the milk bar after night until you get the member thing.
Yeah, like, schedules mattered, and things being time-sensitive actually worked into the mechanics, which is...
And plus, the Bomber's Notebook was perfection. Never in a game have I ever felt such ease in keeping track of my quests than when I had the Bomber's Notebook. Because it was always there as a little reminder. Like, oh, what was that I had to do at, like, and it allowed for multitasking easier. Like, oh, what was that I had to do at, like, 6 a.m.? What was that I had to do at, like, 3 a.m.? Oh, what time is it now? Oh, alright, I can do that, and that now, and then go back to the thing I had to do later on.
And even if you fuck things up, like, it had that kind of roguelite system. Roguelite isn't a good description, but I can't think of a better word, so... Just, like, progressing over time. If you mess something up, you still kept whatever progress in that quest. Like, you learned the schedules, like you said, so...
Yeah.
The game was, in some ways, trial and error, but only, like, you know, if you fuck things up, it was easier the next time around, so that you'd probably get it that time.
Yeah, no, because that's how I explain that game, and a lot of people don't see where, like, how I'd find that fun. But I'm like, that game has the feeling of, like, oh, like, you don't know how many times I saved the bomb lady and forget to buy the fucking bomb bag.
You don't know how many times I've shot the bomb lady, but just because it's fucking funny. Or no, you don't shoot the bomb lady. Sekon steals it. You shoot Sekon, who steals the bomb bag. And he's just fucking murdered. He never comes back. You literally blow him up. And nobody says anything about it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
I say the bomb bait lady, but I forget to buy the bomb bag. So I'm like, shit. Well, I guess there's always next time, and that's a good feeling to have in a game. Where it's like, oh, I'm not fucked forever. There's always next time. I don't have to reload a save or anything. I just go back to day one.
Yeah.
And it's always got that interesting thing of, like, everything you do in that game makes somebody's life better somewhere else in the game.
Yeah.
But then you play the Song of Time and reverse it all. And no other game has ever really had that feeling for me to where, like, what's a good example of that? I guess a good example of that would be when you get the mask of that one uptight guy in Castletown, and you go back to his brothers who own the ranch.
Yeah.
And you put the mask on, and they just start crying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like little details like that to me. I don't know. However, the real question I've always had all my life: why is it in the inn's kitchen that there's just like fish swimming around in the fucking little like water?
Well, that's their food supply.
Yeah.
The fish swim in. Oh, dinner tonight. Oh, there's a frog dinner.
Did I ever tell you about what I finally found out after all these years about the inn?
What?
Something interesting about it. Alright, the Goron. I've probably already told you this because I don't know. I felt like a genius when I figured this out. And I mainly chop up continuity errors by fucking time things. Okay, so remember the Goron you take his room?
Yeah.
Hey, you ever notice he had the same name as you?
Yeah.
Well, what other Goron had the same name as you?
Oh, that's true.
Darunia's son. But then I'm thinking, I'm like, hey, he's a little bit old to be Darunia's son, but I'm like, fuck it, time things. I can go back in time 3 days, that guy can age 17 years.
It makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
And also the fact that, like, he doesn't even exist until adult timeline Link, so there's that.
But whatever. No, but then again, let's be honest here, the sword master in that realm is the guy who had the magic carpet with the bomb shoes. Bomb shoes, the most ineffective way to walk. You wear them on your feet, you take a step, you explode. Now, when it comes to in-town minigames, which game do you think is the better one of those?
In-town minigames?
Yep.
I can't remember a lot of them. Give me some examples.
Alright,
You mean
so
like just the like bow shooting ones and that sort of thing?
Yeah, or like bomb shoe bowling.
Bomb shoe bowling, yeah. I don't know. I never had like much of a preference for them. I just kind of got them done and then didn't worry about them. The minigames weren't really the highlight. Like, I wouldn't sit there and play the minigames. You get the upgrade and you're kind of done.
Yeah, my favorite is still the battleship in Wind Waker.
Oh.
Splish!
Yeah, I will say I had a lot of fun with those. Trying to think what else. There's that maze thing in Majora's Mask, where like,
yep.
It's actually the Bomb Shoe Alley lady as well, but
yeah,
I remember that pretty well. I don't even know if I remember liking it, but I just remember it being kind of a neat thing.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Alright, have a good night, Chris.
See ya.
Chris. One of my favorite things was the Honey and Darling minigames in Majora's Mask, to where if you hit Honey and Darling with the weapon that they make you use, they're like, "Ow, that hurts."
Oh right. Okay, yeah, I do recall
and
that.
I was like, and that was always kind of funny to me. Or more. Oh, wait a minute. The best thing I could think of is like doing something in that game that causes a chain reaction to other people. Is the two guys at the bottom of the mountain there who upgrade your sword.
Right, yeah.
And you can only get that after you defeat Snowhead because that clears up the curse and makes it spring again. However, the thing I find kind of weird about Termina, As far as I know, you aren't shifting hemispheres, so why is there snow on one side, desert on one side, forest on the other, like that ocean?
Because theme areas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need that much of an explanation. Just four corners of the world. I mean, seasons, or no, not. Did seasons do? No. You just kind of shifted them over time.
Change season. I mean, still, I personally think the best part of that game, I mean, like the best area in that game, is Poison Swamp. I like it poisoned. I don't like it when it's clean for whatever weird reason. I like purple water, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Purple water's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think what area I really liked of the four.
Canyon's pretty great too.
Yeah. Honestly, weirdly, I really like Great Bay. I think it's my favorite to be in. Even though, like, I don't know, the overworld theme is really, like, I'd say overworld theme in Majora's Mask is one of my least favorites of the Zelda series.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds so downtrodden, like, bad, which maybe works with the theme of the game, but it's still, like, when you're out there...
I even forget what the overworld theme is, anyway.
Just listen to the one for Great Bay, it sounds like... it makes you feel sick to your stomach. And if that's what they were trying to do, then good on them, because it works. But yeah, that's what I always... Whenever I think of that game, and then I think about the overall, I'm like, ugh. That's the one thing that makes it tough to come back to Majora's Mask, is like, gosh, this music makes me feel really gross.
I can only think of the one that plays in the swamp area.
Well, it's all the same theme. It's just a variation
like,
based on the
Iconic Canyon's still got my favorite rendition.
Yeah, Iconic Canyon wasn't as bad. And then, like, when you get into, like, the sub-areas of each major section of the world, like, the Pirate Fortress in Great Bay, I really enjoy. Like, I really like that area. I don't like so much having to...
Temple? I hate that temple, but I love that theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Oh my god, the Great Bay Coast is amazing.
Yeah, it's really grating. But yeah, like, I really enjoy the Pirate's Fortress, except for what you actually have to do there, which is get all the babies, because if you don't have enough bottles, even if you do have enough bottles, don't you have to make, like, I forget if it's
you always have
three
to make
trips? Two trips, at least.
If you have all the bottles you can get at that point, you still have to make 2 trips.
Because there's like 7 or... is it 8?
There's 8.
There are exactly 8, yeah.
And if you were to have... no, there's... yeah, there's 8. There's either 7 or 8. But, because there's 6 bottles in the game, and I know I've had to make 2 trips, even when I've gotten all 6 bottles.
Yeah.
Possible to get. But, I have to see... I'm trying to remember what that theme song was for the Pirate Fortress. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to check the full map. Oh, it's this. Okay, never mind, I got it.
There's only one thing I kind of laughed at, like laughing at you guys. Not with, but at during your guys' let's play was when you guys were talking about how creepy the music box house music was. I don't know. I never found that creepy.
Which music box house?
The one in Majora's Mask and Iconic Canyon.
Oh, with the guy with the mummy?
That one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really found it too creepy.
I don't remember.
Interesting fact, that is just one small slice. That is one small slice from the
Mario carousel
Boo.
thing? Yeah, the Boo carousel.
Yep.
I was thinking about that. I don't remember if we were talking about the theme itself being creepy or if we were talking about it in G major. Cause like somebody made a video of that song in G major from our Let's Play.
You did bring up a G major thing actually now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's kind of horrifying in G major. Not in that it's like scary, in that it's like, dear God, this is horrible for my ears.
Oh. Alright. All I know was that you guys turned me on to the Uncle Phil visits videos, and the one for Stone Tower Temple was amazing.
Yep. Pillowy mounds.
Pillowy
mashed
mounds.
potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
That was like high comedy for us back in the day.
It's still funny to me.
It's still good shit. This baseball bat is brutal. Like, you just smack the shit out of these guys. Like, Heart does not let up. He just keeps fucking bashing them. He's like in Grand Theft Auto when he's using this bat.
Somebody did inverted Stone Tower Temple
Yeah.
in 2 minutes and 35 seconds. What the fuck?
Oh my god. Well, did they use exploits or something? I can't imagine you going through that whole dungeon. Like, some of the puzzles, I feel like...
I'm watching it, and he is not using any exploits.
Oh my lord. Some people, man. Oh shit.
That's a little crazy. Oh, they got rid of him visiting the Stone Tower Temple. That shit.
They got rid of him doing what?
They got rid of Stone Tower Temple Uncle Phil.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
upsetting.
I remember not like going to find it years ago and not being able to find the video anymore.
Because I found it after I watched your guys' Let's Play, and then I think I checked back a year ago and I didn't see it, but I was trying to see if maybe somebody re-uploaded. Actually, it's interesting. I figured out where they got the backing beat for Stone Tower Temple from.
Yeah.
The drum beat. It's from the Fire Temple.
Oh, really?
Because if you listen to like the wind at the beginning, the ooh, and then the
Yeah. I can hear that. That's pretty crazy.
Actually, the craziest thing I can think of about Zelda lore, well, I mean just Zelda trivia, all the 3D Zeldas were built off of the Mario 64 engine.
Is that really true?
That is true. They all use the same engine
Oh man.
all the way across the board. And that, to me, is like, I get one of the world's greatest 3D platformers, and then two great adventure games that off of the same engine. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting because Nintendo has never ever been very public about like their development tools or process. And to be fair, like most, I mean, any console developer is really not very open about that stuff. But like, I don't know. I feel like now you know a lot more what goes behind, you know, game engines and developing a lot of the games we see nowadays. Nintendo's always been very close-lipped about it, and it does seem like they do always kind of keep to the same framework, you know?
Yeah.
But they make a lot of crazy good shit.
Yeah, they... I just want the normal Stone Tower theme, but I can only get Stone Tower Temple. That's upsetting.
Yeah.
Actually, is it any different?
So I'm trying to explore the full first level, because there is actually like a running quest line for this game throughout multiple playthroughs. So I need to find the character Slash, who's like edgy robot man, but he's kind of difficult to track down. So I'm basically going through like every room. I forget if there's like a marker if he's there or not. I don't know if he appears on every playthrough. Or maybe I already did the quest line with him, but I don't think I did. I don't know. It seems like I
Also-
explored everything. Let me check. Oh no, there's still some stuff.
Greatest upgrade in Zelda history ever. Zora upgrade. Zora mask.
The Zora mask, yeah.
Ugh,
It makes
so much
swimming so much fun. Like, it takes one of the least enjoyable aspects of the 3D Zeldas and is like, hey, check this shit out. And you're like, oh my god.
fun. As far as I'm concerned, that game has two of the greatest like items in Zelda history: the Zora mask and the bunny hood. Dude, bunny hood, greatest hood.
It's a good hood. It's a good hood.
It allows me to run around really quickly and kill stuff looking like a cute rabbit.
It lets me go really, really fast. Okay, I've been all up and down this place, and I'm not finding any quests indicators, so I think I'm just not gonna find them this playthrough.
And you can, interesting thing, like, with the whole entire slowing down of time with the inverted song of time in that game, if you stand to the postman during the inverted song of time, like if you stand next to him after you play it, he'll be moving at like 1 square pixel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he actually goes based on how time is running. He refuses to go off his schedule early or late.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like,
I like to imagine he physically slows himself down because he knows. He knows time is slowing.
like, he's like, wait a minute, I heard a song. Oh, everything seems kind of slower. I must be on time, but like normal time, not normal time.
I ain't doing overtime. I ain't getting this shit done early. They don't pay me enough.
I still love, I don't know, I love the fact that, I love his run cycle. I don't know, I love it. Actually, creepy Easter egg, real quick, in Majora's Mask, if you follow the postman far enough, he will actually fall off the map.
Oh god.
He will literally fall off a cliff and die, but you find him wherever he goes to next.
Wow.
But, like, if you follow him all the way to his destination, he just goes to a random cliff near him and just runs off of it.
I thought... Or yeah, I guess he does leave Castle Town one of the days.
In, Twilight Princess.
Oh, on Twilight Princess. Okay.
Yep.
Wow, the fucking... So I was using the Thunder Hammer last playthrough to fight this guy, and I was having a bit of a time trying to kill him. I'm using the baseball bat, and you just beat him down. I just killed him immediately. That was brutal.
I see it. You're basically killing him in like 1 cycle.
Yeah, poor bastard. I feel really
Jesus. Bad. I like the graphics in this game too. Very good pixel art.
It's actually like a voxel program where it's basically like a pixel art program, but they just have it in 3D. I downloaded like a demo version of it. It was kind of neat. I forget what else had used it. There were a couple of games. I think Paranautical Activity it's called. I think they used it.
Yep.
I could be wrong. Hold on. I actually am curious to check this out now. Heart&Slash pixel program. Voxel program I should have put in.
Yeah, no, but basically, if there's one game series I know a lot about, it is Zelda.
Yeah.
I was the Zelda kid in the household. Everybody else was Sonic.
It's Cubicle, I think it's called. Cubicle Voxel Editor. Yeah.
Interesting.
It actually seems pretty handy if you know how to use it. I mean, like obviously, being that it's a pretty ingrained like system, it's easy to make art assets for it, which is why they have so many like different armors and weapons for Heart in this game. It's an easy production cycle, I guess, to make assets, which is cool. And I think it adds a lot to the game just to have that stuff there, you know.
Yeah.
Because you can actually look through all of your unlocks in this game. There's an impressive amount of stuff, and like even from playthrough to playthrough, you don't get that many things in a given run. So if you don't get lucky and get a few, varied things, sometimes you just get 2 shields starting out, which is boring. But like they have everything from grenades. They have like a signpost you can beat things with. They have guns. Like you can actually get pistols that you can aim at enemies and just kind of take them out that way. So there's ranged options, there's magic, like wands and shit. There's an impressive amount of stuff. That said, the game is taking forever to load right now, but I think my computer might just be like dying right now.
So I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
Like overall, from a creator standpoint, if you were to redo one Let's Play you've done in your past, what will it have? What would it have been? Obviously, not Ocarina of Time because you already did that. But
Um. Hmm. Well, I did do a couple of replays, and honestly, like looking back at the replays, even I'm still embarrassed by myself. So I don't know that replaying any of them would really do much for me. If any one like I had to replay, um,
or
maybe
like not even
Alien.
replay it to make it better, but like replay it just to replay it.
Oh, um, I'd say between Alien Soldier and Contra 3, cause
Really?
yeah, I mean like the thing to me is when I play a game I really like, I like to do it justice and be,
Yeah.
proficient at it. And Alien
And not
Soldier,
be SNES 9X on it.
well, yeah, that. I mean, I just straight up
Yeah.
wouldn't do Kaizo Mario if I went back in time. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
God Hand by the same hand. I'll lump those three together. Contra 3, God Hand, and Alien Soldier. Funny enough, 2/3 of that is ones that got retsiprayed, so, knock on wood. But I just feel like
Yeah, yeah.
Contra 3 especially because I really do love those games, and I'm ashamed that at that point in time I made a Contra fan as angry as I did by being a shit and as obnoxious of a 14-year-old as I was at that game. I was very 14 years old at that game.
Yeah.
Game froze. Oh, okay, it's
If
good
I
now.
were to, I don't know, like a game I would like to see you redo just to see how nowadays Quaddy would do it.
Mhm.
Clock Tower, personally, I'd like to see how your view on the game has changed over time and all that.
Yeah, I was horribly obnoxious for that playthrough. I wouldn't mind doing that game justice, or at least playing another one in the series, like the PS1 game. The game keeps freezing
I
on
still
me.
thought you were. I still thought you were funny. Don't get me wrong. Like from time to time, you had your moments where you were pretty funny. Everything except for the first episode, actually, I thought it was pretty alright.
I think it
First
was just the
episodes.
issue of the pacing of the game and my patience level. I was not. Maybe, part of why I might have played that game was because I remembered it so well in my head as being like this game that had an impact on me. I played that game. I think I was like, God, I might have been 8. It was when I first found out that my brother first showed me like emulators. My first Super Nintendo game that I played was Mega Man and Bass because that's what he had in his folder. And I didn't know how emulators worked or even what they were. I just knew there was a folder on my computer that my brother gave me that was full of old console games. I was like, holy shit, this is the most amazing thing ever. I had, no other knowledge of it. But I saw Clock Tower in there, I was like, that sounds interesting. So imagine me going in blind and
you
playing...
shit yourself
I
at like 8 years old.
I was fucking terrified. I did not know what to expect. And I think that might be part of the reason why I played that game and tried to be like as knocking it as possible as my horrible commentary could allow, was because I was so uncomfortable with that game for the longest time, and I guess I kind of wanted to put it to rest in my own way.
Yeah.
But it
Actually,
legitimately scared the shit out of me as a kid. That is still one of the freakiest games to me starting out.
I mean, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but you were actually the person who like introduced me to the Clock Tower series. I'd never heard of it up until I watched your LP of it. And as I was watching your LP, I was I was probably actually 14. Yeah, well, I definitely was 14 if you were 14.
That might have been like 15 or 16. I did Legend of Zelda, and that took a couple months, and then I started doing other stuff like Beautiful Joe. Actually, I think I did Super Mario.
You did Clock Tower
2,
back
Brothers
in 08.
2.
I know that. You did. Yeah. You did Clock Tower in 08, so.
Yeah, so I was probably 15 at the time.
Because Yeah, no, alright, yeah. I was
14
15,
or
but
15.
yeah, either way. But
Doesn't matter.
like, when I was 14 or 15, I was... When I had watched it, I was actually kind of spooked about that game. I don't know. I was thinking about playing it myself, and then I was watching... As I was watching your Let's Play, and then I thought, what would I do if I were to play this game? And just the image came to my brain. Scissor Man pops out of the curtains, and I just drop my controller and just leave. Like... So I was like, maybe I shouldn't play this game. Now I'm like, I think if I were to play that game, I'd probably laugh it off because, you know,
It's still impressive though that a Super Nintendo game, back when survival horror really was not a very developed genre, that game managed to be pretty terrifying. And like it was inspired by all the right stuff to be. It was inspired by like Dario Argento. That dude's fucked up when it comes to horror movies. Like, I don't know, like
it's not even that I think I would laugh it off just because I wouldn't find it scary. I would just laugh it off because of how...
because otherwise you'd be crying.
No, because like how horrible that game is aged.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
The pacing's off and like it's not as scary when you can kind of separate yourself from it. But when I was younger and when it was just I really legitimately had no idea what I was getting myself into when I turned that game on. Even just starting it, you hear like the clock, gonging 9 or gonging 12, and it's like, oh shit. Like it's captivating. After that, I had to play it just to see what the hell is up with this game. And,
this ought to tell you how much of like a pussy I was for like horror stuff when I was younger. I had to have a parent in the room when playing Luigi's Mansion. That's how
that game's the shit.
or like my older brother.
I missed that game.
I actually just recently I found my old copy of it in a box somewhere. I went back home and I was like, I just wanted to find some of my old games I thought I lost. So I spent an entire day just looking for old games, see if I found any, and I found Luigi's Mansion. I didn't look anymore for anything else because I'd found Luigi's Mansion. I was happy. So I drove back on home and plopped that shit in my Wii. I beat that game in 3 hours, 100%. That's how well I remembered that game.
Yeah.
But that's the charm of that game. It's not difficult, it's not long, but it's fun. There's enough to do, and traveling is easy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people get angry at the backtracking in that game. And I see where they're coming from sometimes, but the game's long enough to where it can warrant backtracking without it. I mean, the game's short enough to where it can warrant backtracking and not just be like busy work at that point. It's just like, oh, well, I mean, you know, I'm working in a building here, so it's not like it's even, you know, it's not like Metroid Prime 3, where I have to go to like 14 different places and then backtrack back to the first area after like I go to the third world.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 3 I felt was too segmented with the planets. Like, it was enough just to have them separated by an elevator loading screen sort of a deal, but I don't know. Like, the earlier games felt a lot more seamless. You took the elevators, but you still felt like you were traversing a world. In Metroid Prime 3 is too much. Alright, back in the friggin' gunship and go to another planet. And I feel like they set up that game in a weird way. Like, I still feel like it's a great game, but it's just I played it once, and I had this problem with a lot of like Wii era Nintendo games. I played them once, and even if they were good, I just couldn't sit back down and play them again.
Like, it's interesting. I like to call that period Nintendo's rebellious stage, to where they were sick of what the market was doing, so let's do something else.
Yeah.
And something else was the Twilight Princess, which I like the game's atmosphere, I like some of the things it did, but I still consider it to be one of the weaker Zelda games out there.
Right.
And people complain about fucking Ocarina of Time's Water Temple. Don't even get me started on it.
I don't even remember. Like, I didn't have trouble, I never got stuck in it, but I don't remember anything about the Water Temple in there. I remember you had to get those bugs before each of the first 3 dungeons as in wolf form, and that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And then, like, then there was Metroid
Oh.
Prime 3, which was just edgy as fuck.
I just realized this is very relevant to our conversation. If you look at the wallpaper and this portrait on the wall and
I
this
gotta
question
catch
mark
up.
block, yeah. Just give it a couple seconds. I stood there for a little while, so you'll see it.
Oh yeah, there's a Majora's Mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
It works.
Wow.
It works. It all comes
The
together.
game-
Oh,
the
shit, I
game
froze.
knows.
The game knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This game knows
Game's
what's
like,
up.
Actually, funnily enough, you know what that wallpaper
Shit.
was on that wallpaper?
What?
There was a shit ton of Triforces on the wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, this game knows what we're up to.
Yep. Okay, this is really weird because the game keeps like double tapping my jumps, so it's automatically
Yeah.
making me do like my crazy grasshopper jump, and it's
Yeah,
not.
And
helping me.
you know Nintendo's a great company when they've inspired so many people to make video games that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
And their inspiration still holds on.
Mhm.
Like, it's nearly impossible to find a game designer who wasn't like inspired by like the original Mario Brothers or
Yeah.
something Nintendo did.
I just feel like it's nowadays, since they had kind of a bad last generation, I felt kind of like out of the loop with what they were doing. I lost interest in
Yeah.
what they were doing, and even though they're doing cool shit now, and there's stuff I would get if I got a Wii U, like Smash is the obvious one, and then you have
Yeah.
other, plenty of other things. Pikmin 3, I'd like to try out. Wonderful 101, I'd
Yep.
give a shot because Platinum's consistently been awesome for me, at least.
Yeah. Actually, one of the games I found that I thought I lost was Wario World. Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh my god, I played that the other day, and I played it, I started the game up, I was just in the overworld,
Mhm.
and my girlfriend's like, oh, so you're gonna stop playing this game? I'm like, no. She goes, what do you mean? Pause screen.
It's the most obnoxious shit ever. I love it.
But I love it. I still like that story you and Kyle told during your Let's Play where you were talking about how you guys used to just walk up to each other in like the hallways and just go, ah!
Oh my god. Yeah.
Made me. So I'm like, that is some shit I would have done. Had I had a friend who played Wario World.
Gotta have a friend who plays Wario World.
To me, that is still the most like cracked out Nintendo game ever.
It really is. And it was made by Treasure. So
Yeah.
that explains at least part of it. Treasure makes weird shit. That's why I love them.
But they make great shit.
They do. Oh fuck, I almost made it. Oh god. No!
To me, like that baby doll boss is still one of the creepiest bosses.
Oh, I made it. Okay, I can do this. Just don't fuck up the jump. Got it. Oh fuck! No! Oh god! Oh. I'm gonna be that guy and I'm gonna blame him on the controls, but whenever, like, there is an audio cue, I'm not trying, I'm just hitting the button. I'm just hitting the X button, and at random it's making me do this grasshopper jump that cancels my second jump by making me jump really high. It's not helpful. Oh, okay, I made it again. Second chance. Fuck.
To me, one of my
I made it. Oh my god. It was all worth it in the end. I'm gonna get rid of these stupid legs. Actually, I'm gonna recycle them too. Yes.
like the GameCube. Here's what I'd like to. Here's the way I put Nintendo consoles. NES was childhood years. They were difficult to deal with, but you loved them.
Mm-hmm.
Super Nintendo was like its cool, like 11-year-old stage where it was kind of like hitting its stride. You know, it was pretty cool.
Oh, I just have infinite wall jumps now. Oh my god.
You had some fun with it. You know, like it wasn't a shit yet, and then you know, and then
And then the Wii comes out and you realize how horrible the world really is.
no, and then you know, like the Nintendo 64 came out and it just turned 14. And it's like it's finally starting to understand what it's here for. Like, you finally get it, just a little bit. They're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can dig it. And then GameCube was like, it was like, it hit 18, you know?
He started messing around, you know, and recreational drugs, having a good time. He's experimenting, and he made some really good music then.
Yeah, like he made some good shit, and you know, and you loved him for it. And then the Wii U was the crash of all the drugs he did in his 20s.
Well, no, the Wii was when he started doing the hard drugs and getting in with bad gangs like shovelware. Yeah. He started peddling shovelware drugs.
Yeah.
And then the Wii U comes out and just...
like he's trying to make a name for himself again. He's trying to right the wrongs he's done in the past.
Yep.
But he can't quite do it. Yeah, no, but like GameCube to me was always like the cracked out Nintendo eras where it's like, what are they gonna do next? Like, what? Like Ribbit King? Super Monkey Ball?
Nah, man, Ribbit King's fucking excellent.
I love Ribbit King though. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, I'm not being facetious. I like it.
Yeah.
Or like, man, the GameCube's peripherals were so weird. Like the GameCube microphone.
Mm-hmm. They were weird as shit.
Oh, the bongos for Donkey Konga.
Mm-hmm. I have to say I've legitimately never fought this boss before. Or actually I might have fought him like in a really early build when he wasn't even complete as a boss, but I don't know how to approach fighting this guy. I think you have to shoot his rockets back at him. Ow! Okay, that didn't work well.
Their next console, I assume, is going to be like their 30s. They settled down, they have a kid. They just kind of like, let that be the end, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, at least they're going to slow down a bit. They're not going to be all CC Rider. Hey man, you got this shit.
Alright, I'm gonna
like, just go
get rid of some of these.
I don't think they're gonna go completely off the fucking rails and like be like, hey, we got this great idea, Wario World. Make it about a guy who farts and like you can pick shit up and like fucking pile drive it.
Yo, dog. That sounds magical. Oh god, he's shooting me with fucking like, machine gun.
He's like sitting there and like he's got a straw like coming out of his nose and he's like, I got a better idea. Even better idea. Make a game where a flagship character has like a water hose and shit, dude.
Hell yeah!
Full of plant people.
The world is plant people. Everything is plant people.
And then like there's, and, like it's called Delfino, and like there's paint and shit. I'm like, dude, you were thinking that too? He's like, yeah.
The GameCube was filled with so many excellent ideas. Like, same thing with the PS2 era. There's so many unique ideas.
I still think that the PlayStation 2 GameCube era is the best era gaming.
Yeah.
As and will see.
I'll totally agree with you on that. That was my jam.
I mean, PC's kind of, you know, the PC's been kind of a jam recently. I mean, we've had our ups, we've had our downs. We've had more, I would say more ups than downs, but recently the downs are starting to come around a little bit more often. You know, your Mighty Number 9s,
and that's been years coming because, like, Kickstarter, I think, is just one of those ideas that doesn't pan out because it's easy to abuse as it is.
And I mean, then you also got, you know, like your, what you want to call it. You know, you got your, what the fuck is it? What am I thinking of?
What are you thinking?
Oh yeah, and then you got like your digital homicides. Those are your downs. You know. Well, I mean, what am I?
But they're more a spectacle. Like, those aren't things. Those aren't like, I don't know. I feel like that's more of a joke than anything.
But what you take when you feel down on yourself and you need to feel better.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, is everything's become so much more like, I don't know, commonplace. Like, we're so much more in the know. People are a lot more open, transparent about game development now. Like, you see a lot more of the in-person stuff and hearing about the difficulties in game development. people didn't talk about the games industry like they do now, you know, back in those days, and it was a lot less formulaic, I guess, in some ways. Like, they had the small teams and all this ability to be experimental and all that, and they don't have that as much anymore.
And right now, you know, of course our ups will always be, don't starve. I mean, for how much damage it's truly done to the gaming community overall, Minecraft, of course.
This guy's gonna kill me. I don't like this boss.
Mountain Blade, all that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Gang Beasts Online, even though, it's still in beta. Your Euro trucks, that kind of cool stuff, where, like, you get a slice of everything. And it never feels boring. And nowadays, consoles kind of like the... Consoles like the... how am I going to put it? Handheld has become the grandfather. Then you kind of hang out with him because you feel sorry that you don't need him.
Yeah, it's really not going anywhere. You can take it out to the park, but you can't really keep up with you much anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, that's perfect for a handheld. You can bring it to the park, but...
Yeah, no, but then, like consoles like the father, it's still got its merits, but it's losing its luster. And PC's like the teenage son. It's all over the place. You can find cool things about it, but it's still gonna be an asshole when it wants to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting...
Oh, I killed him. Okay, good. Phew, that was scary.
And I mean, then there's like, I don't know, is there like any other form of gaming that I'm missing? Like arcades. Arcades were like your great-grandfather. Immobile, very much like money grubbing because it grew up in an era where money was hard to get.
It's your dirty, scammy uncle.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Mobile's your dirty, scammy uncle.
Made you pay for games that you could play at home for free, but they said, hey, but you get to be with your friends and you might even be able to get a ham.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, a hamburger with my friends while I'm playing video games? Holy shit.
Oh my god, hamburger.
Oh my god, I get to play Tekken Tag? It's legitimate. Like, finally, I don't have to have my controller sit next to me and me play on that other controller with my toes. I don't know. It's crazy. Like,
it's very crazy. Alright. Whoa, electric guitar. Alright, so we're on final level now. It's 3 of 3, and this level is weird. Like, even in the more updated build that I played, this level, I don't know that it worked very well, because it's a lot of interior areas, which means set camera angles, which mean... I don't know. This place is a little finicky. Of all the places in the game, yeah, like right now. You just get stuck on certain camera angles because it thinks you're in an interior, even though you're not. You kind of have to follow the way the game wants you to go, and even then sometimes it fucks up. So, it's an adventure.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking area, honestly. Like,
oh yeah, oh no.
But
very stylish and kind of cool.
Like everything is weird floor, like honeycomb, or like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very tantalizing to the eyes.
Yes, like mandala holograms. Mandala holla.
Yeah, mandala holla.
Mandala holla.
How many dollar you pay for the holla?
Oh, you know how many dollar.
Yeah. Or actually, what was one of the best thing about the GameCube? The best things about the GameCube was it allowed for so many great remakes. Like the Resident Evil remake on GameCube to me will forever be the paramount of what a remake can be.
I have to be honest, I have never played any of the early Resident Evil games. My brother did, and I feel like I've missed out because I haven't played them. And I am like, I'm legitimately considering playing Remake, or like getting it before the end of the summer sale, just so I can see what they're all about. But
well, the original ones is sort of like watching a B-horror movie that you're a part of.
Yeah.
You are proud to play it. But it's part of history, so you kinda gotta, just to see.
That sounds about right. Alright, I'm recycling my sticky legs because at this point, platforming is not gonna help me as much. It would in the last level, but the last level ended really quickly, so...
Or, you know, or then there's, of course, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't play 1. 1 is very inaccessible.
You're talking the original, right?
Yeah. Resident Evil 1 is very inaccessible. 2, I would probably have to say, is the most accessible out of the originals.
How about
3
Zero?
was-
Because that seems to be the other big one people talk about a lot.
0 is GameCube.
Yeah.
0, very polarizing. You
Yeah.
either love 0 or you hate 0. I'm one of the people in the camp of I never actually played it, so I have no opinion.
What about wasn't it also, didn't it come out first on Dreamcast or something? Or I don't
No,
know.
you're thinking of Code Veronica.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is what I'm thinking of actually.
Code Veronica was that game's weird second cousin. It did a lot of cool things
Yeah.
for the series, but the series never did anything with them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, it was there, it was like, hey man, you should try this out. Alright, I will. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Oh, yeah, no, I don't call ever again.
Oh my lord, I'm getting shot up.
Because, like, that was the first game to actually have the zombies, like, rise from the ground. Which was
Rise from your grave.
Oh, fucking Altered Beast. Wow.
It's the best.
No, a lot of people hate that game. I'm kind of torn. I'm like,
It's a weird, punchy, like, really, I don't know, straightforward beat-em-up game, which is kind of fun in its own way. And it's got the gimmick thing going on. Power Axe.
Yeah, actually, it was still funny when me and my brothers, we had that on a Sega collection for PlayStation 2, I think. And my father,
That's cool.
that was one of 2 games he actually played
Yeah.
ever, because he grew up, you know, in the arcade era, the mid-8, like he was, you know, in his mid-teens in the arcade era. So like he played Altered Beast in the arcades and Punch Out. Actually, funnily enough,
He played
when we
Arcade
grew
Punch Out.
he played Arcade Punch Out, but let me tell you, this is hilarious.
Oh, Arcade Punch Out.
So, this is probably the funniest story I'm ever gonna tell,
Okay.
and it's hard to believe, but you can look into it. Mike Tyson grew up in an area about an hour away from where he lived at that point, which was an area around Albany,
Yeah.
which is New York State capital, and they had this huge mall there. It's called Cross Gates. It's still there, and it had a really large arcade in there. My father was sitting there playing track and field. Man, who walks in but Mike fucking Tyson? Because Mike Tyson, his manager, used to make him hang out at malls and shit just so he'd stay out of trouble before big fights. Because Mike Tyson was a little bit of a troublemaker.
Bit of an angry guy.
A bit of an angry guy, yeah. And my dad said, Mike Tyson walked up to him and just said,
Oh. What the
he
fuck?
walks up to him.
I just
he
broke the
goes,
world.
Oh no.
That was
Like,
distressing.
Mike Tyson walks up to my dad and goes, hey, you gonna be done playing that game soon? My dad just like, I got one more quarter in the machine. He goes, okay, I'll wait. And Mike Tyson stands there watching him play track and field.
Damn boy, you good at this.
He's like, oh man, this is my favorite game. And my dad's like, yeah, it's pretty great. And that's all my dad said to him.
Wow.
Like, he was too afraid to say anything because it was Mike Tyson. He was the scariest motherfucker on the face of the planet at that point.
You want to see Mike Tyson like taken down like 5,000 notches? Watch Ip Man 3. He guest stars in Ip Man 3.
Really?
Uh-huh. And there's a 3-minute fight between Ip Man and fucking Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has almost zero to do with the plot, but for whatever reason, like, they shoehorn him in, and then he's gone as soon as Ip Man fights, and he's just like, alright, see ya. And like, he has some lines that are very obviously overdubbed.
Yeah.
Like, his performance is so bad. It's really laughable. Like, the rest of the movie's alright. It's definitely my least favorite of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, Mike fucking Tyson be like, 3 minutes. If you can survive, I'll leave the school alone. And then fucking Ip Man proceeds to survive a single round of Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I'm like, damn, I want to see Little Mac and Mike Tyson fight. Like, what's that shit gonna be like?
Yeah, no, you know, it's hilarious though, because like at that point, like Mike Tyson was just in his prime and all that. Like, he was the scariest living motherfucker on the face of the planet.
Yeah,
that was a big guy, taller than Mike Tyson, not more muscular than Mike Tyson. Not at that point in his life. No. Maybe now, but not then.
Not then. Not then, son. I wasn't ready for him then.
No.
Poison dagger. We'll see what it looks like.
It was a funny story. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit! Ah! I just used the dagger's strong attack, and it made me do a front flip off the cliff. That's not a very feasible tactic, I'd say. Not at this point in the game. I'll stick with my bat and just use that to siphon some upgrade points, some health. There we go. I'm like recycling all my shit just to get a little extra health. I'm pretty desperate right now to get to the end.
Sucking dick for health in the back.
Sucking dick for health in the back. Flocking them and fucking with the dick in the throat.
Dick in the throat. Yep. Like, that's a crazy story to me. Like, every single time, like, when my father would tell it, I'm like, I don't believe him. And my uncle was there, and he finally told me, he goes, yeah, that actually happened.
I don't believe you're that good at track and field, Dad.
No.
Everything else,
Mike
but...
Tyson walked in.
No,
I just didn't believe him that Mike Tyson walked in.
No,
yeah. And my uncle was like, dude, I'm like, no, I was there, like, Mike Tyson walked in. Like,
your uncle vouches for you, Dad. You fucking saw Mike Tyson, man. Don't even mess.
No, like, my uncle was like, I was so afraid I actually walked out.
Oh.
Like, it was...
I was about to go and buy a tombstone for your father. Oh boy.
No, but it was like, I don't know, man. To me, that's just so funny that, like, they just sit there, like, playing not Punch Out, but like playing Dragon. It would have been even funnier.
That would have been scary if he was playing Punch. He's like, you know, I gotta deal with Nintendo for that game.
It's like my father turns around, like, holy shit. Hey, actually, you ever seen Mike Tyson fight Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
No.
That was a thing he did on one of the late night shows a couple years back. Like, they had him on there. He's like, we want to see if Iron Mike can take out Iron Mike.
Did Video Game Iron Mike win?
Video Game Iron Mike won, actually.
I can only imagine. Without practice, you cannot fuck up Mike Tyson in that game. You have to, like, know his timing. Shit's scary.
Like, Mike Tyson was like, God damn, that man, I lost more fights than this motherfucker. Mike Tyson only lost like 3 fights in his career.
Alright, we're on final boss now.
Like, Mike Tyson was getting legit pissed. I think he actually broke the controller. He was so angry.
Oh no.
He just kind of crushed the shit in his hand. He's like, it's like, man, fuck me. It's like, can't believe I got my name on that piece of shit. So funny.
Watch me beat you with a baseball bat.
Nah, because it was funny. Like, he was, like, they were asking him, it's like, hey, yeah, it's like, hey, Mike, you play video games, right? He goes, yeah, I play, like, Call of Duty and that kind of stuff. Like, I like Madden.
How long ago was that?
It was like 2012, 2013.
That's great.
It wasn't too amazing. Yeah. But he was like, yeah, I play, like, Call of Duty, maybe, like, some Madden.
Call of Duty.
Like, he's like, I got a lot of stuff to do, you know, I can't really be playing video games. Like, I'm busy.
Oh, Mike Tyson. We both know that's not true.
Actually, he had a lot going on at that point.
Yeah.
Like, he had a TV show and everything on at that point. I don't know, man. Like, even though he's like 50-something, I still wouldn't fight Mike Tyson. I still wouldn't fight him. He fucked me up. I don't know.
I don't think anybody should fight Mike Tyson. It sounds like a bad idea. It's not a recommendable thing to do.
Actually, did you hear somebody try to break into his house on Mike Tyson?
Why would you? Why would you do that? That's asking for
break
trouble.
Into his house. he was unidentifiable by how bad his face was beat up.
Oh god. We couldn't identify the body because Mike Tyson fucked him up too bad.
No, he was still alive, was the best part.
Oh god. It's like when that lady got her face eaten by a monkey, but like fucking Mike Tyson just beats you up that bad. He didn't stop at the ear, he kept going.
I want to see if I can find a picture of it, dude.
Oh god. I don't know if I want to see that. That sounds
You're
brutal.
lucky. I can't, but like the guy looked like a crushed grape.
Oh, jeez. That's very...
He was so badly knocked out, they had to check his... He was so badly, his face was just so bad and he was knocked out, they had to check his wallet to make sure who he was. Like, it was some bad days.
That guy was having a bad time. Oh shit, I did it. Wow.
Alright, yeah, he broke the suspect's nose, jaw, and ribs.
Oh my god. Mike Tyson,
went-
please. I'm surprised, like, I'm more impressed he didn't kill the guy. Like,
The
that...
dude? Yeah.
Yeah, that is a feat that he had the self-control to not murder him.
Well, because I guess he said that, like, he goes, I didn't know who it was. The guy, like, broke into my house, so I just started punching this motherfucker. And he's like, and finally I just snapped back to reality. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna kill this guy if I don't stop.
Oh man. Alright. Well, that's the end of Heart&Slash. It's not the true ending, but
That's not a very long game.
no. Yeah, you have to go through like the quest line, the proper quest line with Slash and do that over a couple playthroughs. Which I always feel like, I don't know. Cryptid the Necrodancer, like having just played that and beaten it with the main character for the first time, they do the storytelling with that pretty well. And then like it actually does significantly change up your playstyle to play a different character. With this one, I'm not so sure it executes that as well, but still it's a fun hack and slash, just do in a sitting. I mean, we beat it right now in about hour and a half, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I think for $25, it's a little too short.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot packed in, given, so it lasts the amount of time you'd want a roguelike to last, I think.
We're just here with Quadi, the master of all roguelikes, so it's whatever.
I don't know, man. I've gotten tired of them over time, so this one is kind of this is an exception to the rule of me really enjoying a roguelike.
Yeah.
On the large, like, I find the majority of them pretty good, it's just I can't always dedicate that much time to them, and like, people are always like, wow, you only spent 84 hours in Binding of Isaac. I'm like, yeah. It got a little tired after 3 solid days, 24 hours periods playing it. Or not in one sitting, but I don't know, just anybody who's played a lot of Binding of Isaac, it's like, wow, you haven't even played like a million hours like Northern Lion, you know?
Yeah, like,
it's like your online reputation. Your online reputation is totally dependent on how many hundreds of hours, not just hours, but hundreds of hours you've played.
Hours, yeah.
You haven't even hit 100 hours, pleb.
Yeah, whatever. You're fucking scrub. Actually, do you have Chivalry installed?
I don't right now, no.
So you got anything that's multiplayer installed at the moment? Actually, do you have the ship installed?
I don't, but if I remember, how many gigs is the ship?
I do not know.
Actually, more importantly, would we be able to find anything on the ship? Did you know the ship has a remaster? Or it's called Remasted?
Yes, I did.
But it's in early access, and I think the servers are kind of dead at the moment. It's not, like, officially out.
I'm trying to think, like either of us have anything that we could just fuck around on for a little bit.
This is quite a copyright thing on Font Software. They're giving me the business in the credits. Why is this going on right now?
It's like, yeah, you better not be fucking recording this, I swear to fucking God.
Other dealings in the font software. Thanks, our family and friends.
Thank you to our family and friends. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, look! Kickstarter backers. In this game, it's Kickstarter backers. In Mighty Number 9, it's 4 hours! They just summed, I mean, not by name, but they summed about that much up. I really honestly would have preferred Mighty Number 9 could have just been like, here's a web page, we put you on, it's a giant fucking wall, have fun.
Yeah.
Just keep it out of the game, I don't care. Or like make it navigatable and not part of a credit sequence you can only skip by 10,000. That was crazy. That was such a mess. Oh
that
my
was
god.
just something else, man. I don't know.
But anyways, yeah. So let me see what I have that's multiplayer. That's it for Heart&Slash though. Oh, actually no, I'm sorry. Before we finish Heart&Slash, I want to show there's the unlock screen. Like, they have a solid section for accolades. They have a lot of different things that you can accomplish, and when you accomplish them, you get different equipment unlocked so that your future playthroughs are more interesting. You got dual blade weapons, or hand blades. I think I actually did a playthrough with. Those are really crazy fun. Boxing gloves.
I actually just recently did a
Shotgun.
I recently just streamed all of Sonic CD.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that game was cracked out. I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing half the time. I think I literally just put myself on autopilot throughout that entire game.
That kind of sounds like the thing you should do in any Sonic game, generally.
I tried to go back to Sonic 1, I couldn't do it.
No, I can't play Sonic 1. I'm really bad at it. Oh, here's a boombox on a stick called the Beat Stick.
The beats.
You have freeze grenades, power axe. I like this one, the scavenger head. You literally replace your robot head with just a cardboard box with a heart drawn on it. Alright.
I'm gonna take a look to see if there's actually any servers alive for the ship, which I figure that there are because, you know, that's gonna be one of those games where I don't think it's ever gonna. Wow.
What? Stiletto. Oh, this sword is fucking awesome. The Terminus Est. It's basically like Cloud Final Fantasy fuck you huge sword. This game is fairly awesome in terms of like every one of these weapon types have a unique moveset to them. Like they actually went through and put the work in to make a lot of these feel like special, you know? And that takes a lot of work for an independent studio to do. And given they got funded on 20,000, like this game, I'm happy with this game. This is a very solid ass piece of game right here.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough of that.
Also,
although
I actually did find that the dedicated servers actually got people in it right now.
Cool. All right, I'll download the ship then. We can play a little bit of that.
1608 megabytes.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be easy.
I think that's only like a roughly a little over a gig and a half.
Mm. But yeah, the enemy designs, and you can view all of the models in the game with their animations and everything from this screen. I really like little touches like that.
Yeah.
So, that's enough of that. Let's do the ship.
Well, before you do that, I actually have to. My mouse recently broke, so I'm gonna have to check to see if it's controller compatible first off.
Okay.
If it is, I'm gonna check that before you actually download because I don't want you to waste time and then have to figure out. Oh shit, we can't play.
Okay. I'm gonna put stream on hold, so everybody will be back in just a little while. But.